I think we're live. uh, I should just get rid of the multi-chat. Or actually, I should see if there's a new multi-chat. Multi-chat OBS. I could just have both open. How do I add YouTube chat? YouTube chat. Is there a built-in way? YouTube chat. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Yeah, I don't think that's true though. Am I live on YouTube.com? I am live on YouTube.com. You in live control room. Can I get a link? Pop out chat. Give me copy. Let's try. Okay. Close. Alright, and then I can just put this separate from Twitch chat, I guess. It's not great. I don't love it, but it's something. Whatever. Okay. So, I'll have to fix that another time. Alright. As one might guess, the plan here is to just continue Minecraft. This is my last stream before moving. So yeah. I fucked this up a little. There we go. This is the last stream before moving. Going back home to Florida. Or it's the last chance I have to stream. And so I thought it'd be best to, you know, use it for this. To actually be able to, you know, stream. Rather than anything else. Or not anything else. You get the point. Alright. Let's do this. I should probably add something for the number of attempts. Add. Oh, let me do a local recording as well. Add text. I'll grab this. Okay. Can I change the font? Y'all got Helvetica on here? You do got Helvetica on here. Ain't that nice? Okay. I'll just put there. I don't love the kerning. Or I'm getting more distracted than I should be. What options? Futura PT. I think let's try Futura. Yeah, looks a little better. Alright. Alright. Resume timer. Single player. Hardcore run 2. Hardcore. Great. Snow! Oh, I love a snow biome. Okay, some initial lag, that's fine. Dude, I love me a snow biome. Okay. No, no hanging trees. How big is this snow biome? Decently big. Hold on. I'm gonna turn. There's a light on in my loft. I'm gonna turn it on. Okay. I don't like how big the attempt is. That's too small. Bold. That feels too big now. Hold on. Give me full screen. Maybe that's fine. Maybe I'm just being picky. Yeah, I think I'm just being picky. Okay. Discord notification. Let's see, what is that for? Is it for Atrioc? It is. Okay. I need to take my belt off as well. I'm so wound up. I need to get loose and limber. Okay. So yeah, so as I was saying, this is last stream before moving. And so just for back home for summer. I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. And you know, I will say, as like reflecting on the time spent here in this apartment, while it was convenient in a lot of different ways and nice in a lot of different ways, part of me is let down because I don't know. I felt like I had such big ideas for what to do. Like, considering it's like a one bedroom, or not one bedroom, it's a studio. I wanted to have like multicam set up for streaming and then be able to do like marathon streams where like I could easily, with my bed right above the computer, just have like a camera going up there and stuff. And I didn't. So I don't know. Now, is that the main thing I'm thinking about? Not really, but certainly a thing. Okay, I'm happy that Minecraft song is over. I was not in the mood for it. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, it's not over. There's rabbits here. You can use them for food. Actually, they're not that great of a source for food. If anything, I should start breeding those chickens that were back by where I got the stone. I wish there was a way that I could be like, okay, Minecraft, skip this song. There's no good way for me to get up there. I think, I don't know. So I I started looking at some of the footage from the previous little hardcore streams and started tinkering with them a bit. Is that a rundown portal? Okay, we're making our house by the rundown portal. And so I started tinkering with that footage a bit. But so I just like noticed a lot of the less than preferable little mannerisms or patterns of speech that I have that are not great for editing. Just like long pauses or that kind of stuff. And so I feel myself trying to compensate for that in some way. Is this all dried up? I guess it is. Hopefully there's a chest here. Would it just be covered by snow? Does snow work like that? Okay, well at least this is some obsidian. That should be enough? Is that enough? No, I still need like one more. That's fine. Any nearby caves? I have a lot of anxiety about the move back. Not the move, I guess. About being back home in Florida. Which is unusual for me. I think because the last time I was back home, I was not doing great. In contrast to normally when I'm back home, where I am doing average. And so I think because of that, it's kind of changed my perspective on home. In a way that's not necessarily smart, but it's just the raw mental association. Okay, you're a lava. I need coal. That's what I really need. That's a risky coal to get. It's not worth the risk. But so... Hold on. Okay. I got cream soda now. I'm gonna try... What's the ISO at? I'm gonna bump you to 125 so I can lower this light some. Not that much. Anyway. So there's the mini ravine. I think... I'm feeling distracted. So the concern of me going back home is that I'm gonna get really bored. And like, when I'm bored, that's an even better nether portal. what is it? Idle hands are the devil's playthings. And that certainly runs true with me. But it feels like in kind of thinking ahead to how to stop myself from getting too bored, I have found like 3-ish different possible plans, which are each solid. And it's more of, at the moment, deciding which I want to do. And that's giving me a surprising amount of anxiety. Not like a crazy amount, but a surprising amount. I want an open cave. I don't want to go digging into the ground hoping to find something. That's what the stream notifications for A-Track going live, probably. Okay, so this is definitely enough obsidian. So then now it's just a question of... I could do it without getting a diamond. But the concern then is, how do I get ender pearls? Like, I could do the water bucket lava trick and make it. Sun is setting as well, so we do be needing that open cave. Like, okay. So there's 3 possibilities. There's the kind of the what I'm doing right now. I think instead of the stream content idea, which I was doing previously, which was more of the style of like a Ludwig or something, which is very much like, okay, here's the plan for today. Here's what we're doing for today. Here's the gist. Here's the memo. To instead one of a bit more like Northern Lion. Of, alright, let me close some shit that I have running in the background. Close this, close this, close this. The more like Northern Lion, which is to just have a game, play it mindlessly, relatively, and yap continuously over it. Because I will say that I found this little style of streaming a lot more fun than what I was doing previously. I really want to kill you, but yeah, fuck it. Get over here. That's bad. All right. Lesson learned. I found this style a lot more enjoyable. Because I feel like it's less desperate, perhaps. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm constantly in some battle between the possible... Holy shit. Between the possible viewer and myself, of like desperately trying to continue attention to anyone that might be clicking in. That's a lot of Discord notifications. Okay, it's just 8-track ones. Like, it's not... You're not so much having to do the thing of small streamers do. Jesus Christ. Still just HRAC notifications. You're not having to do the thing that small streamers often do, which is somewhat like embarrassing, of the talking to a chat that isn't there. Like, I guess in a sense I'm still doing that, but it's not so much that like I'm trying to have a conversation with chat and it's completely one-sided. It's more of I'm going on my own diatribe and it's capable of being listened to by a potential chat room, but whether or not they participate is irrelevant. Open caves. You could get a parrot. And so I think that's a bit more satisfying for me, at least so far. Bamboo spawn is also nice, but if we're trying to go for the end as quick as possible, it doesn't super help. Like, it feels better to just do these kind of mindless conversation-y things and not worry about having people reacting to you or trying to bounce things off of them or keeping it engaging. To instead just be doing it for love of the game rather than appeal, I guess. Because even though while conversations with chat are fun, it requires a chat. So if you don't have that, you can't do the conversations. Or at least not as easily. Dude. Holy hell, come on. I'm wasting all of my first day on you. Ocelot. Flyers bar. If you can get a lobby, and by that I mean if you can get Luke. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. I kind of just want to focus on the Minecraft. He's gonna be upset by that, but such is life. I don't know. Bro, seriously? But so there's this style, and oh my God. I previously wasn't really considering this style as a possibility because it didn't feel different enough to me. But Javi brought it up when we recorded the podcast yesterday and how he liked it and liked the style and how it was doing surprisingly well on YouTube. So maybe there is possibility. There we go. Are you following me? Great. So it would be doing this style and then having to create a very curated, like, it would be the style of routine, of content routine. He's gonna be saying, ugh. So that's one possibility. It would be doing these streams. Probably like, let me just open it on my phone. Doing these streams probably to like evening time-ish. Having a routine. It would be really going for the Northern Lion like lifestyle. Honestly, that can make a funny video. Of trying to do like I tried to spend a summer living like Northern Lion. But like just the stream games. Stream games whenever I stream probably would be like early afternoon, since I'm not going to do the like midday thing that he does. But then trying to exercise daily. God, okay, never mind. We're not keeping the parrot. We are not keeping the parrot. Okay. Okay, parrot, you are staying here. This is where we'll live. You are not going to be pulling that shit on me. Come on. No, get off of my shit. God damn it. But like trying to work out consistently, I think it would probably be best if I could do the like if I could maybe just use an exercise machine in my house rather than having to commute to the gym, because while commuting to the gym is kind of nice in terms of like building things like muscle and weightlifting and blah 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 blah, all that kind of shit, at the same time it adds more barrier to entry having to go and commute there and like plan out like what I'm wearing, make sure like I'm not like and it's like if I haven't showered in a while, then it's like, well, I kind of feel like shit and I'm like gross. Should I go to the gym already feeling gross, or should I like shower now and then go tomorrow? Whereas I think if I could do it just in-house, that might be easier. Let's see this. And then trying to really tailor my media consumption. Because I think a difficulty I ran into previously was that there wasn't much to talk about besides like based on what I was consuming, based on just creator drama. And like sometimes that's fun to cover, but a lot of the times, at least more recently, it's just so like unfun and messy. And so I think, oh, there is a real one of you there. I don't have any way to really hit you. So then trying to make sure, oh. Does this water connect? Trying to tailor my media diet so it's very much like... It does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Okay, I can use that. Trying to tailor my media diet so I'm getting fresh things, not just pure creator slop. Like, not just fucking drama. That way I have something to talk about on streams. That way I'm getting new information in my head. That way I'm not having to, like, go through all this horrible shit and, like, unfun stuff and talk about it. Because it's like, what else do I have to talk about? I think if instead I'm actually getting some, like, fresh intake, And I think that doesn't mean, because like honestly, watching Northern Lion wouldn't count as fresh intake. Because like he's still just like a guy, and it's kind of just ripping his shit to if I'm parroting all of the things that he talks about in his streams. And like all the same topics and whatever. Or like picking and choosing off the librarian cuts. Whereas if I can get some more solid ingest of stuff, that might be better. And so like what would that be? I think probably, man, you're not cool. Neither are you. Can I maybe trigger you to blow up? Why am I going slow now? Okay, this is a less than desirable situation. Let's stay down here rather than trying to go back up, because I think that will be more difficult than it's worth. So like I think trying to be very intentional in what stuff I'm choosing to watch. Can I maybe get you to shoot the zombie? Hey, come after me. Ow. Nope, I can't. Okay, we're in a pickle. Uh-oh. Fuck. Give you motivation to lock in. You can do it, brother. I believe in you. You're actually a very smart cookie. And I think that if you do lock in, regardless of what the paper is, man, couldn't you have just died? Then you can do it. Now, will it be fun? No, it won't be. But you didn't ask me for me to lie to you. We both know it won't be fun. It's work, and work isn't fun. But you know what is fun? What comes after work. That's fun. That's when you can do fun. And so, you know what? I love you too. I'm in a bad spot right now. I think my best bet is to just tunnel up. Because I can't go... They're still there. Yeah, I think I just need to tunnel up, see what happens. But so, like, there's a bunch of movies, like, noteworthy movies, which I've never seen, that, like, would be good to add to the watch list and, like, make sure to watch. So I can go full Northern Lion. I can go on the elliptical every day and then watch old movies by people like Steven Spielberg or whoever that I've never seen. Like Schindler's List, that's a fun one. Or like Jaws or Cole, that's good. Or like 12 Angry Men. And like trying to actually make it so that I'm consuming new stuff. Or like Andor. Like I've been watching Andor the past few days. I hadn't watched it previously. But I've been watching it. And it's nice because it's like, it's fresh. In contrast, I watched Rogue One today. That movie's butt. But that's because it's not fresh. It's just a regurgitation of a lot of Star Wars IP. Am I even gonna make it? I guess I have the wood pick still on me. Rogue One bad, L take. Rewatch it, dude. Rewatch. I hadn't seen it since it came out. I went into it trying to enjoy it. It's not. It's not a good movie. The pacing for the first half is so rushed. And then they give the last 50 minutes to the final battle. It's a 2-hour movie. I think it's a good film. Great? No, but solid. I won't even meet you in the middle there. I think it is poop. I think it's poop. I think it's poop. It's not horrible, but it's poop. Is some of other modern Star Wars worse? Yes, definitely. Skywalker Saga? Or Skywalker, whatever the hell it's called? Rise of Skywalker? That's dog shit. That's utter dog shit. Rogue One, it's just butt. It's like medium bad. Again, like I've been watching Andor. I've been like pretty solidly liking Andor. Rise of Skywalker isn't just a bad Star Wars movie, it's also an ass film. Yeah. Rogue One might very well be a good Star Wars movie, but it's not a good film. Okay, we're like, it's over. I just need to hope until daytime that there's food out there. That's my only option. The last 50 minutes are great though. You want big ass battles in Star Wars? That's what we've been missing low key. I completely disagree. Completely disagree. Completely disagree. Cause you know what? You know what was big ass battles in Star Wars and super fun time? Fucking Rise of Skywalker. That's all that movie is. Force Awakens, huge battles. Now, Force Awakens isn't a bad movie, nor is it a bad Star Wars movie, but it's not a strong one. The original trilogy, like, the original trilogy's good. I just started rewatching. Dude, those are so different. Hard disagree. It's all Star Wars. These are all the same movies. Andor is great because it's people talking in rooms. That's it. That's all of it. So you have to have good dialogue and good writing. But Rogue One is so desperately in need of a rewrite. They have so much corny ass Marvel dialogue, and like, I'm not even the biggest critic of Marvel dialogue. Like, you know, he stabs a guy in the foot. Oh, is your foot doing okay? In the middle of battle. Like, I'm not the... Like, I tolerate Marvel dialogue. But, like, when the subject matter of Rogue One is so downtrodden, and, like, they're already feeling down in the dirt, and there's, like, these little quips and shit. Fucking PU, dude. Stinky. The pseudo Jedi character and the, like, other guy who he's friends with don't belong in the film. They don't. They're just randomly introduced as like, oh look, 2 new characters which will save us randomly for some reason. Their motivations are never spelled out except for the pseudo Jedi who's like, yeah, fucking Force, dude. 100% I want smaller scale stuff, flesh out the universe, absolutely, but dude, I want the big action set pieces. That's why prequel setting. I will say prequels fans are both thriving and going through it at the moment. Because Revenge of the Sith came out back in theaters. I've been meaning to go see it. I don't know how long it's going to stay in theaters. And like people are loving it, and I think it's nearly gained 1 billion. But at the same time, JD Vance tweeted out that the prequels were underrated. So prequels fans are getting set back. Should have been an R-rated film with the tone like Andor, not a PG-13 Marvel knockoff. Yeah, exactly. I've been watching Andor. I went into it thinking like, oh, some people didn't like this movie because it felt like fan service to them, but like it's probably like Andor. And I watched it, and it's not like Andor. Felicity Jones's acting, it's not great, but like to be fair, her character is just poorly written. She's like the most like there's no insight to her character besides she's sad that like they're gone. The original story is way closer to Andor. Well, okay. Star Wars nerds, you can have all your books and comics and shit and legends, and that's fine. And I'm happy for you. But if we're talking about making these into movies, I need them to be good. Like I need it to be good. I think Star Wars, rewatching Rogue One, I put this in my Letterboxd review. It's like, it's not Marvel, it's Star Wars choking on their own source material. It's just like, here's all this shit. Oh, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but no title crawl. Like, fucking, I need a swig of cream soda. But no title crawl. And I don't care about like, because the Red Letter Media review of Rogue One was very much focused on like it being fan servicey, which it certainly is. But like their whole thing was like the meme that became popular from them was the ATSTs thing, and like being like, oh, look at all these things, look at all these things. But it's like those kind of feel in universe, but it's when it breaks from what makes sense. Like there was the 2 fucking bar guys on Jeddah. They go to this planet which gets like pretty much exploded a few scenes later. And on the planet they run into the 2 guys from the bar that like Obi-Wan cuts the arm off of. What the fuck? What's the point of that? Or like having K2SO do like I'm having a bad feeling about this. Like I get that that's a classic, motif, whatever the term is in Star Wars. I understand that, but it feels so out of place. It's like the film can't settle on what tone they're going for, and it suffers as a result. It's like, it's bad because like even like it doesn't have to be R. I don't think. I know you're like, maybe it would benefit from it, but like I don't think it would matter. Like Andor's fucking what? I doubt Andor's TVMA. But like Andor has good writing. That's the point. I think Rogue One, the vibes, the story it's trying to tell certainly are interesting. Certainly is interesting. And I want to care about it. There's also a bunch of production stuff behind the scenes that caused that tone shift. Yeah, and I'm not surprised by that. It feels like them trying to be like, oh, look, this is Star Wars. This is Star Wars. This is Star Wars. But it's like, I don't give a shit if this is Star Wars. I want this to be a good movie. It's like, that's why, what is it? Like I forget who the director is, but some director and Ryan Gosling are getting together and they're gonna be making a new Star Wars movie. And when asked about like when it takes place and all this shit, they're just like, it's outside of that. Like, it's disconnected. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. Like, Mando was great. Mando was great until they were like, yo, let's tie in Jedis. Let's tie this back in to all the miserable shit that has been beaten to death about like Jedis and the Empire and like the rebellion. Because unless you're going to add some new twist to it, like what Andor is doing by actually making it a spy thriller, I don't give a shit about talking about these same fucking things. What am I doing? I need to go into that cave. I need iron. If I can get surface iron, that's better. And so like that's why like I was like kind of impressed and looking forward to the Ryan Gosling film, because they're like, it's irrelevant. And it's like, I think I would love a Marvel, or not Marvel, they're treated like Marvel movies at this point. Village, that's great. I would love a Star Wars movie that like is like, so if we want to keep it in the continuity, sure, so far out on the outer rim that like the petty squabbles between the rebellion and the Empire is like irrelevant to them, and it's like so disconnected from reality. And sure, they might be a part of the like rebellion technically, or the Empire technically, but like they're having to deal with their own shit and their own sci-fi issues. Like, that is so much more interesting, and I would much rather have that. And so like that's kind of like why I was looking forward to the Ryan Gosling one, because they're like, it's disconnected. But because of Star Wars nerds being Star Wars nerds, they had to at some point capitulate and be like, okay, it's I don't know. They gave an answer to when it takes place. And it's like, I don't give a shit one way or another when it takes place, as long as it's disconnected. But I kind of wish Star Wars fans would have to struggle with not knowing too. Because like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, Star Wars needs to accept that new shit can be made. Yeah. Like, the fact that there's like there was a whole controversy around like the date of birth of Ki-Adi-Mundi with reference to the Acolyte, and they like retcon something, and that caused this like little Star Wars culture war. Grow up, dude. Like, come on. It doesn't matter. Like, I get that it's your hyperfixation, and so I guess I can't fully understand how much it matters to you. But at the same time, these are just like space samurais. Like, it's not that important. And so I think, yeah, I think I want to see, sure, explore older characters, but use those characters to expand the universe. Andor and Ahsoka are examples. Yeah, I can't be bothered to go watch fucking Ahsoka. I think what I've learned is that Dave Filoni is good at creating a story, but he loves to do the circling back shit. He loves to. If he gets any chance to reuse characters, he will. He will. Like, he's doing that with the Mando movie, I think. Like, I think it's like Evbo or Embo, whichever one isn't the Minecraft YouTuber from Clone Wars, the like bounty hunter who had like a hat on, and it's like that's gonna be the villain of the new Mandalorian stuff. And it's like, man, I don't care. I don't want that. Make a new character, dude. Because like, not so much as make a new character. It's asked when it's trying to make new shit for the sake of tying old shit in. Yeah. Cad Bane. I mean, that's exactly what they did with Cad Bane, with bringing him back in the Boba Fett series. And of course, everyone hates the Boba Fett series, but like, that's not contested. But I need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like doing nothing. Let me sleep in a villager's bed and like properly set up camp here. Well, is this a liability? Like, if I'm not going to protect the village and there might be like zombie swarms or whatever. Nah, it's fine. Wake up. My bed. I think like... Because I think the difficulty in not coming up with a new character is that you're just like how they're bringing back Rada the Hutt from the Clone Wars movie. And it's going to be played by Jeremy Allen White, and he's going to be a wrestler or some shit. Like, what? Okay, I gotta lock in. I can chat if you just want to chat. Nah, I'm in streaming mode. You're welcome to just keep it on in the background if you want to just keep listening, but if you gotta focus, then it's no big deal. Like, the fact that they're bringing back Rada the Hutt... Because the difficulty is... Like, I think fundamentally there's nothing wrong with reintroducing a character and reusing a character. But the issue comes about when it stifles creativity and it stifles the ability to be creative. Like, the fact that they're having to follow this Wikipedia's worth of entries to stay in continuity. And then when they don't, there's a huge fan uproar. Like, that then stifles what you can do with the characters. Straight up. That's just the way it is. Because then it's like, oh, well, fucking, would Embo really do that? Well, Embo, he's been around for this long, and his hat is this way, so it wouldn't make sense for it to bounce that way. Like, I'm watching Rogue One, or not Rogue One, I'm watching Andor, and I'm, like, watching the Force Healers, or whatever the fuck, that's in the newest episode. And it's like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, doesn't this kind of break continuity? Because, like, you know, whatever, and blah, 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 blah. Like, nothing that realistically, but how they're like, oh, the Force is so rare and no one believes in it. Fuck me. Like... Like, I think you just gotta... Just shut the fuck up. Like, it doesn't matter. Thank you. Man, I had great luck with that first one. Like, I think... Did Dave Filoni must have been in charge of Boba Fett. Or maybe not in charge, but provided a lot of leadership. And, like, Dave Filoni is smart. He can tell a solid story. He can get you decently invested in characters. But... fucking... give that man a budget, I guess. I don't know. Like, because the phrase that I always hear is Star Wars is creatively bankrupt, and I don't think that's necessarily true. But it's certainly, it's hard to disprove it. Like, I have zero excitement for that fucking Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Also, who at Disney is in charge of titling movie names? Cause y'all need to fucking work your shit out. Deadpool and Wolverine, weak title name. We let it pass, admittedly. Weak title name though. The Mandalorian and Grogu? Like, it's ridiculous. It's such a generic title. It'd be like having a movie called Yoda. Man, who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about Yoda. He's Yoda. Or like all this shit of having to work within the continuity when like originally it was just people coming up with cool shit to make cool shit. Like Embo. He was just like a cool guy with a funky hat that he would use as like a Captain America boomerang. Or like the fact that Yoda speaks in a fucked up way is all because George Lucas was like, yeah, well, you know, you needed to make sure that people paid attention to what he was saying. And so if they have to struggle to put the words together, then they're gonna pay attention. But it's like now there's probably some whole Wikipedia article about like the reason Yoda talks like that. Bitch, I don't care. I don't know. 'Tis goofy. Anyway, back to what I was originally talking about. But I think like moderating... Oh, not again. Are you serious? Moderating the media intake. And so that's like watching actually good stuff. So like that's option A, let's say. Option B is to get a job. Oh no, no, no. I need coal and a shield. I need that crafting table. Ugh. No, can you either come out into the sun or like fuck off? Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't have any torches because I don't have any coal. Is there coal down here? Yes. Great. That's option A. Option B is to get a stinky fucking job. PU. And that also doesn't really solve anything else. My mom is really pushing for me to get a job. I don't fully understand her reasoning, but I kind of do. I think it's largely because trying to get me to find some sense of structure in something. And I can understand that. There's honking happening outside and it's distracting the hell out of me. Man, someone is just laying on the horn. But like, I don't know. Jesus Christ. I have mixed feelings about the job. Because I don't know where I'd want to work. I don't know where, if I should go for something that I think would be fulfilling or wouldn't be fulfilling. Like I could do something that is totally different to test out like, oh, do I think I would enjoy this? And then I don't enjoy it, and then I can be like, oh, well, I definitely know that I don't enjoy it now, and so that's more motivation to do what I do want to do. Or do I go for something that is more like... That was dumb of me. Do I go for something that is more in line with what I want to do, but admittedly not as close? What do I get for food? Pizza. I don't know. I would fuck up a pizza right now. Let me chomp down this tree and then seal myself up in here for the night. Like, stinko job, am I right? Stinky. Stinky. And that also leaves open a lot of the other times of the day. And so I guess I could try to do the rest of the style in there. But I don't know. I don't know how much availability I'll have to be able to do that. Okay, I want to torch up this area more. Not I want to, I need to. I work 22 hours a week plus school plus job is in fact stinky, but it'd be fine. But I'd be fine if that's all I had. What do you mean? That like you'd be content if that's all you had to do? Because I wouldn't. Don't get it twisted. I know I wouldn't. Let me just get stone for this. Like, that's stinky to me. PU. Because then I'm getting engaged with something that I know I don't care about. Or I guess I don't know, but I would expect. Like, if I go work behind the counter at a damn ice cream place, like, you know, we'll put door, fuck, I don't know, like here-ish. Guess that'll need to be a double door. Don't underestimate how draining a 40-hour work week can be. That's what I'm saying, dude. I saw that video of that girl crying after her first 40-hour work week. We all saw that video on TikTok. That girl in tears. And right-wingers were making fun of her. And then the rest of us were like, yeah, man, shit kind of sucks. Like, door. Great. I need to build these walls up higher, though. So, like, I don't know. I also just need to see, frankly, what I get accepted for. Because I've put out a decent number of job applications so far, and have only heard back from 2, and they were both no's. So, like, I don't know. Is, man, I would get drained from a 6-hour school day. I can't imagine an 8-hour work day and a 40-hour work week. That'd be crazy. But so that's option B, because I also realized that doing that would give me opportunities to make a lot more social connections. Well, maybe not a lot. Would be able to give me opportunities to make some social connections. Highly dependent on what the field is and what the coworkers are like. But considering how a large concern of mine is loneliness, like, I think that is something you have to give that, you have to admit is a plus. So that's option B. And then option C, is to just kind of go fucking nuts. Not in terms of like stay home, go stir crazy, but to be more radical. And like I got this idea, I don't know from where, but to like maybe try to do some kind of road trip or something. Because like I've never done that before. Really, I've never done a road trip for the sake of like traveling, and for this or for the sake of like touristing on the road trip. It's normally a lot more like going from point A to point B and not so much wandering in the places in between. And so like I was thinking, considering drive back up to Boston for the summer, low key could be the move. I was more so thinking somewhere in like also Javi agreed to do something with us. It's just up to me to schedule it all. To figure out all y'all's availability and when I can come up. But like, yeah, so I could do that. But like, I don't know. Like, I think that could be fun. Just like a more solo road trip of like a bit of like giving me some freedom in terms of like what I'm doing in the day today, but just like with some uniting central goal of going somewhere. I don't know. Feels interesting. I think it could certainly get very lonely, I'll admit. But at the same time, I would expect it to feel like a different kind of loneliness. Like an intentional loneliness. Rather than like a loneliness I'm choosing. Rather than one that's being forced onto me. I don't know. Just something I'm thinking about a sweet bit. More iron. Beautiful. But so that's option C. And so it's kind of just deciding which of those do I want to do. And like, at the moment, I'm hella anxious. So like, I don't feel like I can make a decision very well on what to do. Where are all the freaky monsters? They're probably down there. I think at the moment, I'm just really anxious about going back home in the first place. About what that's going to be like. And the move and packing things up and stuff. Because, like, probably after today, my computer's donezo. Not like donezo, but, like, we're packing it up and stuff. And then having to do the whole haul back and everything. And like, it's going to be so much of a pain to try to, over the next few days, bring stuff down from my apartment to the minivan we have to move it all. Like, man, there's not like a good place for the car to drive up. Like, I'll kind of just be forced to just, like, go through the motions on a rickety ass elevator and do a lot of, like, one-man hauling. Okay, no. Patched. Like, I'm getting anxious about that as well. So I think I just need to kind of live through the moments of the next week or so as I'm commuting back home. Let it run off of me. And then once I've found more stability, then I can get a better assessment about where I want to go. I'm not gonna cook a whole iron just for that. Give me something. Give me torches. Option D, start a pro-democracy militia group. That's valid. That could be fun. Get some shit done. Certainly in a very politically active mindset after all the Andor. Or like, yeah, I don't know. I was talking with Javi. We were shooting the podcast yesterday, as I said, and we were talking about things to do. And so he was kind of leaning towards, he was pushing me towards the option A. I was joking with friends that I was going to start the new Brothers of Liberty after all the current event stuff. Just added myself to another watch list. Hi, Mr. FBI man. Well, you're there with an increasing number of people day by day, so... It is like every day I do be seeing someone joking about someone assassinating Trump and like encouraging it. And it's like, man, FBI probably can't keep up. Like, there's a lot to go through. Javi was pushing me towards option A. He was saying that I should do gym. What was it? Gym 4 times a week. Stream 2 times a week. These are minimums. And then try to put out another serious video, like a research video, journalism video. And, I mean, I'm gonna try to do that. Because I have the early ideas for a video about AI. You're just kind of shitting on AI. But not from the normal shitting on AI thing that, like, a lot of commentary YouTubers do. Which is just like, huh, look at all this shit, and it's bad. And AI images, what? They're all fucked up. Whoa, yo. But more trying to take it on from like a cultural critique perspective, I guess. Philosophical approach of like analyzing it and shitting on it. What time of day is it? Can I see from here? It's daytime. Like, I have a lot of ideas ready for it, that video. I just need to shape them into, like, a proper outline script thing. And then, of course, record and edit and so on and so forth, but... I think all things considered, this process that I'm currently in is likely the most difficult part of this video's process. Of the writing and the researching and stuff. Like, editing most realistically shouldn't be too hard. Recording, it's a commentary video, it's not gonna be too hard. It's just figuring out what the hell I want to say and how the hell I want to say it. Okay, can you all die? Okay, 7. Let me get an even 6 or 8. Great. Oh, there's a 9th over here. Now I gotta kill more. I don't know. I'm beginning to become more interested in the road trip idea. Just because of its novelty for me. Because I've never really done anything like it. I also say like it, but I kind of don't know what it would be entirely. Like, I don't have a clear concept in my mind for like, because I would want to record it along the way and see what I can do. Either to have it be uploading while it's going or afterwards. But I don't know. Like, it's just been a hot minute since I've traveled. And I don't really fuck with travel that much. But, like, maybe I do. You know? I would travel a lot as a kid with my mom and family. But now, like, that kind of very much made me, as little me, be like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to travel as much. I want to be home with my friends during the summer. And then by the time I was old enough to then be able to do that, then all my friends were in their travel eras. So it's like, all right, well. But I think that put like a bad taste in my mouth regarding traveling for a while. Just because, like, you know, what's the big difference? My family just took a trip to New York City, and it honestly kind of pissed me off because I couldn't go. Yeah. That's valid. I mean, hell, if we do something in Boston area, we could probably do a little day trip to New York or some shit. But that's still not a full trip. I think, like, in my mind, I wound up getting trapped in, like, well, what do these places really matter? Like, it kind of got taught to me early on that everywhere is just human. We are all human. We're all not that different. We all have our own little tourist attractions, our own little things, our own little grocery stores and our apartment complexes and all this kinds of stuff. And, you know, New York City is too far for a day trip. It's like a 4 to 5 hour drive. You forget that we have trains. Now, I've never done New York in a day trip, but I know that a lot of people have. Or like a weekend trip. I don't know. It depends how long I'm there. But, like, that was taught to me early. So the byproduct of that for me then was more of a, well, I don't give a shit. If everywhere is human, then what does it matter? Everywhere is human. Like, it doesn't matter. We're all, so what is there to go and see? Not necessarily anything. Like, it's just more places and stuff. And I think that perhaps I was missing the forest for the trees, or perhaps I'm overusing that phrase recently. But I think that the interesting thing about traveling, which I didn't get till I was a bit older, is because, like, in my mind, fuck the tourist attractions. High key. I don't care if it's a big building or if it's a nice church with pretty glass. Like, real shit, I don't give a fuck. So what if it has, like, crazy history? Okay, cool. That's great. I could learn that history on Wikipedia if I really wanted to, you know? Like, for me, it doesn't mean that much. At least I think compared to a lot of other people. Whereas it's more meaningful in, like, the elements of, like, kind of experiencing the vibe there. Like, there's some discernible difference in just, like, living in two different areas. And it's hard to really put into words other than just by living it and experiencing it. But, like, there's one... I was talking about this with my therapist yesterday. that there's one spot in my hometown, which is by a Wawa and a Target. And at nighttime, it just has a beautiful view. It's not a view of like anything. It's a view of a Hilton and a Texas Roadhouse. But in my mind, it's just a beautiful view. It's like this nice mix of suburbia and kind of calmness with city. And like, I think if I could find that other places, that would be pretty freaking epic. Like, that would be very fulfilling for me to be able to go out and try to document similar little places, just like nice little spots. Because like, I'm also not a foodie. Like, food's food. Pizza about to be picked up is gonna slap. FR. I'm not a huge foodie. Like, food's food in my mind. Like, food yummy. But like, in my mind, it's just like, you know, okay, this is one of the flavors, you know? Like, what is it? Like, the 5 kinds of flavors, or however, like, savory, salty, sweet, sour, umami, and now Olo. Is it Olo? They said they found a new one. No, Olo's the new color they discovered with lasers. They found some new flavor, I think. Or at least that's what they're saying. Like, to me, it's like, if I take a bite into a steak, and it's like, it could very well be a good steak, but it's like, okay, this is the savory one. You know? Like, in my mind, there's very low ceiling. So I don't really get the appeal of food that much. But that's not to say that if I'm traveling around, I wouldn't, like, avoid those places. Like, I think if I were to go to places just, like, around, like, decently rated restaurants, and, just be like, what would you recommend? Or, like, what's a popular one? Or whatever the hell. Like, all those things your parents say, and you, like, kind of look at them a little bit weird when they say it. But, like, they probably know what is good better than I do. Because I've just read the menu for the first time, and I've had a relatively small palate over the years. Like, going and then just eating that, and you know what? Maybe it tastes like butt. It could taste like butt. And then I could go on my stream and say, you know what? It tasted like butt. But then I would have at least experienced it and tried it out. But like, still, that being said, it's like, you know, if I were to go to New Orleans or something, it's like, oh, go for Mardi Gras. And I realized my opportunity just passed. But like, I wouldn't. Like, what's the point? Everyone's going to be here for Mardi Gras. And I get that it's probably a unique experience that I'm missing out on and that I could get fulfillment out of. I don't deny that. I don't deny that it would be fun to experience it. But at the same time, I would not want that to be the focus of the trip. I would want it to rather be more about like the general experience of being there. Of kind of just like walking through the city, seeing what it feels like. The air in Boston feels different than the air in New York. Or than the air in Jacksonville. Or wherever. Like, it's just, these places are different. There's just different vibes inherent to the architecture and the dialect and the regional, you know, communication styles and all these kinds of things. And so to just go through and be able to observe it and kind of soak it in. I go to school in Indiana, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the vibe in Gainesville alone is very different from a lot of other places. Like, that was one thing that I liked about Boston, because I went to New York and I was overwhelmed by New York, at least when I was touring for schools. Like, there's a lot in New York. And like, maybe that could be fulfilling. Maybe like a different time in my life, or maybe now I would enjoy that more. But like, it would be stupid to be like, they're all cities, they're all places. So I think it's kind of, it would be nice if I could explore those more. All right, now not fucking with the Knicks. Pff, who is? Am I right? Hey-oh. That doesn't work. Great. 12 salmon. I think let me start descending down more. I need to tweak the stream because I think there's I don't like how much of a delay there is between the reactions of chat to me talking. Like if I could minimize that more, that'd be great. I don't know how. I don't know if I can. But if I could. Alright, can you guys deal with him? Wow. Bounced pretty high there. So like I kind of want to go that. I want to like go down to drive through Louisiana. Drive on the Louisiana roads. Go into all those areas and their country and their version of the like suburbs and their version of the rural and their version of the cow farm and all the industrial areas and all these kinds of things. See their coast, their docks and harbor. Because, like, just with the way it is, with the pure fact that it exists and its atoms are, like, just with the fact that it exists and it exists in different circumstances, it means that it's different and that it is a different experience going through there. And to limit yourself to only focusing on tourist attractions or, you know, other things and like what's been marketed a lot, like that is truly missing the forest for the trees. Like I would want to go to somewhere and find the next big coffee shop before the TikTok finds it. Before TikTok finds it and it's like, wow, this is like the new, you know, fucking Jackson Hole pizza place. Like I want to go there and be like, yo, you guys got pizza? And it would be like, yeah. Or they could be like, huh, maybe. And it'd be like, well, could I have some? They'll be like, if you pay a lot, and I would pay a lot. But then I'd have some bomb-ass pizza. Like, that'd be cool. I think when I did a lot of the traveling when I was younger, I didn't know what to make of it. It was just seeing these things, these visuals. It was akin to watching a movie. Charlie did that on his trip here, kept asking people what was it like to live in Indiana. Yeah, and I mean, as goofy as that is, like, I kind of think that's sick. I'm fucked here. Oh! That was dumb of me. I needed to put more torches out there. Attempt number 5. Like, I think there's a lot to find out there if you have the eyes to be looking for it. If you don't, if this is just things to do, then it's no different than watching a movie. It's no different than seeing fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League in theaters. It's just shit that's happening on the screen and you're observant of it. But you're not actually letting it into your mind in any meaningful way. So when I was just going through Greece or London or whatever, trying to experience it, all I could handle in my little child brain was like, okay, well, the only way I know how to like take in these things is to buy souvenirs. Like, it wasn't leaving much of a mental impression, but I could make it leave a physical one. Because I would have this souvenir. But then years later, I'm looking at this little model Colosseum, and I don't give a fucking shit about it. It means nothing to me. Like, I don't have any real memories with it or anything. Like, there's no significance behind it. It's certainly not, like, it's not comparable at all to holding on to the experience of from being there firsthand. Okay, dark oak forest. We're in a birch here. I need an open cave. There's one. Maybe? Like, that would, I don't know. I think that would be cool. But I also recognize it would be a lot of effort in setting it up. To the point that I probably would lose out on that, like it would be cool to go and to experience, you know, as Charlie was saying, like, to live Indiana like how the Indianans would. You know, what's it like to live here? And, like, to have that experience. And to be able to firsthand accompany someone who's like, yeah, you know, and like, this is here, and if you want a really good restaurant, there's this, but there's also like this one, and, you know, all this other kind of shit. But I think if I were to intentionally go in with like, okay, well, I'm doing this as a trip to experience these things, you know, what's the best Airbnb? What's the most highest rated restaurants? And, you know, maybe I go and it's a fucking like Texas place, like an American food place or whatever, or it's the highest rated one is like a Japanese one or something, and it's like, okay, nothing wrong with a Japanese place, but like, I'm in New Orleans. I don't know, I thought there would be more like local food here. I need a fucking cave. I guess I can go to this mountain. Mountains are just so risky, it feels like, having to deal with that increased verticality. Because, like, if you get too in the weeds of, like, okay, I'm gonna craft this as a trip, then, like, you know, then you're not really experiencing it. Then you're planning ahead this little go-kart ride. And a go-kart ride can be fun, but it's different than a casual stroll. Like, what is it? There's some, like, famous, like, little paragraph excerpt or something. And I feel like it was by Tolkien. I don't remember for sure. And maybe it was a part of, like, The Hobbit or something. Or maybe it wasn't. But it was about, like, the idea of strolling. About, like, yeah, we're just walking a walk. You know, and seeing what comes along the way. And that's part of what the stroll is. Like that. To just go about and find. And you know what? Maybe that means you do have butt experiences. The question then comes is, if you're trying to experience these things, is a butt experience permissible? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Is this a way into a cave? Pizza time! Pizza time. I'd fuck up a pizza emerald. I should go back for that crafting table. Let me also get this coal. I can't be picky. I don't have any coal. Pizza time. I think also a benefit to doing it solo is that I don't have to worry about anyone else enjoying it. Unless I'm recording it. But then I can edit it out. Or they can suck it up. Like I went to see my first concert. Like in February or something. And it was for an artist who's like pretty unknown. It's Wallace. Like indie rock. But like I didn't have anyone to go with me, and originally I was like trying to find someone. I was like asking Javi, and he was maybe busy, but he wasn't sure. And like I timidly tried some other people, but they didn't seem very motivated to or wanting to. And I ended up deciding just to go by myself. Because it was like, I probably could have sold the tickets, admittedly. Maybe that would have been the smart thing to do. But it was like, I would rather just go experience this. This is a niche artist who, admittedly, I don't know how wide of an appeal she has. I don't think she has a narrow one. But it's not like I'm going to see fucking like Ed Sheeran or something. You know, or I don't know. Kendrick Lamar. Widest way I could say Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, so it's like I would rather just go by myself, experience it by myself, because I know that by myself I'll have a good time. And I won't have to worry about if I'm going with someone else who doesn't really care as much, keeping them engaged. Like, I don't remember if I made this bit or I made this joke in a stream after the concert, but it was like the whole audience was I forget the joke that I made. It was like white girls and their 6-foot-tall boyfriends who were going and supporting them. That was like the predominant audience. And like I would see, because like the girls, you know, 75% of the time were the fans. And like I would see frequently throughout the night, various different girls turning to their boyfriends and being like checking in on them, making sure they're enjoying it and shit. And they were like, yeah, or whatever. And it's like, there's certainly something to that. Of course, that's just part of being in a relationship, is enjoying things together. Enjoying what one another person enjoys, and whether or not you necessarily care for it as much, just going along with the journey. But at the same time, I could just avoid that. If I don't know anyone who wants to do it, then why try to bring along someone who doesn't? Or is maybe indifferent to it? And then I have to be the one worrying about them. I have to be the one thinking, oh, they're probably not enjoying this. Being like, oh, you can go. You don't have to stick around. You can go. Well, do you want me to go? No, it's just you don't seem like you're enjoying it. Bringing it up 20 minutes later. Dude, if you don't want to be here, you can go. I mean, it's fine. You know, like, that's awkward. Fuck that. And so, like, there is more enjoyment out of going solo. Considering, like, I can still enjoy it just as much solo. And so I think the road trip thing, I don't know. There's few friends available to even ask about it in the first place. And I also admittedly don't know how comfortable they would feel about it, because it would be like, as per usual, most of my friends are women. And so, like, they might kind of feel a little bit weird about doing that, understandably. But yeah. So, like, do I just go by myself? Currently what I'm leaning much more towards, just because it's easier. Not after worrying about things like other people or all this other stuff, trying to convince anyone to go along with it or anything. And I think I wouldn't have to worry so much about all the other stuff that comes along with it. I guess. And would it be lonely? Yeah, perhaps. But such is life. Part of life is coming to terms with the person you are, and being able to find comfort in that. If I can't do that at the current moment, then that's in some ways like indignation's a strong word, too strong than I intend for, but like that's egg on my face. That's more evident about me and my own mentality than anything else. If I'm not comfortable sitting in my own head. Like, that's why I kind of am enjoying this different kind of streaming, which is the just pure monologuing, practically. Because, okay, what am I doing? I need to dig into the fucking wall. I need a cave. Where's a goddamn cave? There's some caves. Okay, we're going over there. Are you guys cooking potatoes or making them? You are. Okay. Good to know. I'm gonna slaughter some cows. Actually, I need a sword first. Or would it be smarter? I'll make sure there's like some cows nearby. Look, you guys got cows in a pen already. Ain't that convenient? So I can just breed those cows if I really want to. But yeah, as I was saying, that's why I am starting to enjoy these streams that are just like relatively nothing. Relatively being left alone with the thoughts. With little outside stimuli. Because I know Minecraft at the end of the day. If I want to do this extra professionally, extra responsibly, then it would be super opportune about how I'm going about this little run and yada yada and all this stuff. But to the point that it's not as much enjoyable. That kind of undermines the goal, which is to use this as an exercise of kind of training the independent mind. But it's like meditation in its own way. I don't know, meditation has been a term that I feel like has been kind of weakened as a result of its wider spread. Like, some people will be like, no, meditation's when you like sit down and you focus on your breathing and all that kind of shit. Like, meditation's more intentional. And then other people are like, no, meditation is just anything you do to unwind. Like, I'm meditating right now by playing a game. Or like with talking with friends or whatever. I don't know. Anywhere you can find peace. And, you know, me, a white guy, I'm here to tell you what I think the answer is. But I think it's arbitrary. I don't know. Did I mean that? The definition's arbitrary. These are just words at the end of the day. I think What do I think? I don't know what I think. I think Minecraft. I think there's something relaxing to being able to come back to a game that I know very well. And to, even if I'm smashing my head against the wall repeatedly and not doing well, and it's a disappointment. Because I want to beat this so that I can then try modded Minecraft. I think it's still a good exercise. And I think it's still fun to do because it is very much different from the previous style. I think I'm just in an era where I am enjoying experimenting more. Not like... you know what I mean. Like experimenting more with what I'm doing. Looking for different hobbies or things, or trying to change up my patterns. Like, for years and years, I haven't been anti-book, but I haven't been a reader. But as I was talking about, like, I'm trying to pick up reading a bit more. Or, like, traveling. Or, you know, the Jake Knight show. That was even something of more of an experimentation with style. And that was fun. Or like, you know, if I do the road trip thing, or these kinds of streams, or so on and so forth. Like trying out what's new. The formulas that I've found myself so deeply ingratiated into, just because they're what are comfortable to me. And then kind of going against them. I mean, it's not like reading is uncomfortable to me. It's just something I don't necessarily love. But I think that similarly, it's a result of limitations in terms of ability to focus and all that kind of stuff, and being able to calm the mind. And so, like, working on these things that are kind of more with the goal of calming the mind has been nice. And I mean, maybe it's just resulting in my anxiety leaking into other times of the day. It's a possibility. Maybe because I'm not truly bouncing around and listening to music and relaxing on stream, then I'm not properly unwinding. And, you know, this is just all babble that I then have to give myself more work to do by editing. Or maybe it's just nice. I certainly am leaning towards it just nice. Nine iron. So I can do shield. Shield, I can do everything. Or the main things. Shield, sword, pick. Hello. Where do I want to set up base camp? I think I will steal one of the churches. I'll steal that church. Because why not? I'll need a boat, though. Let me get a pressure plate as well. Let me actually just clear this away. I think because I've also found myself in a bit of a rut with all my previous styles that I've been going with for a while. Like staying tapped into the news and all this kind of shit. Like, as much as it sucks to admit because it is siding with the oppressor, like, man, I'm so exhausted from politics. I'm exhausted from it. Like, there's so much horrible shit going on, and I just... like, my empathy sensors, neurons, whatever, are just so shot that, like, I can't... I can care, but I can't put my effort into them. And so I think needing some kind of break or moderation, because like the normal thing I've been told is to like focus more on the immediate, what is close to you, what is immediately impacting you and stuff. And I think kind of what that is the stuff that's going on in my stupid fucking noggin. So yeah, maybe I am just going on a road trip to fucking explore myself. Ooh. I don't know, maybe it's more fulfilling. Furnace. I need to steal someone's bed. Well, I can just sleep through this night and then go shear some sheep. Move. I'm sleeping in your bed. Bro, it is nighttime. Thank you. Ugh. Do I have saplings? A few. Let me plant them. I don't know. It's a fun way to change up the formula. And it's not that... It doesn't even feel like too radical of a way of doing so. Because it's like... It's just the way it is. It's just changing the style. Just changing certain things. It's not like it's fully undermining it. It's not like I'm fully deciding that after this point this is going to be my only style of streaming. No, I very could easily turn back on some bopping beats and kick back and go react to the newest Tier Zoo video. Or I could just do this. Sit and watch a furnace. I'm a little cold. I might turn down the AC, I guess. Okay, I need the iron. Let's get pick, sword. We can do shears, and then shield. I don't need to cut down another tree. Bam, bam. I stole your house, if that was yours. That's your tree. I'll cut down this one over here. It's fun experimenting. Low stakes. That's the cave. I went up there. That's the cave. I'm fine with the continued of doing this cycle over and over. But I do want to play some modern Minecraft. As fun as this little circle is, I do want to reach the end at some point. So that I can get my next step. Just because it's yet to be done. Bro, what are you doing here? Oh, I guess you... Yeah, that's kind of yours. Here, I'll put it outside so you stay the hell out of my house. How about that? We'll put it like out. Here, I'll do like a cool little thing. No, that's not what I meant. Boss top, normal cobble bottom. Cop, boss. Here, dude, look. This is your new workstation. It's out there. I'll get out of my house. Great. I got the wood. Let me make a shield. Shield. Now shear so I can go to bed. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Where were sheep? Sheep are this way, I believe. How the hell do speedrun? Okay, so the speedrun strat is to find a partially made portal, use water buckets and lava to make the rest, and then what do you do for pearls? Because, like, you just need pearls, and it seems like the best way to get it is by gold. Or is it? I guess maybe just going out late at night and hunting for Enderman. Okay, there's a cave in there. Hiya. Maybe I should just lock in. I'm just continuing to think more about how much I want to play modded Minecraft. Nah, it's fine. This is an exercise. Exercise. Exercise of the mind. Building the mind like a muscle. This is an exercise. Sure, this is already known. This is already familiar. But it's repetition of it that brings discomfort. So we shall continue with it. Bed. Respawn point sent. I'm gonna move you over and then put a chest there. Okay. Let me make some torches. And then I guess that's it for now. Time of day. Nearing nighttime. I think we go now for the cave. Just cause, you know, it is a bummer that after those 8 hours spent on that first world, that I go bye-bye. So if I can if I can just decrease that amount of time, not in dying, because that's not the preferable outcome, but try to be able to get to the dragon faster, that would be very beneficial. Okay, cave, don't let me down. I need iron, I need gold, I need diamonds. Not so much emeralds. Or lapis, or redstone. This is the whole cave? Oh, this is baby. Oh, this is baby. I guess it's something. Alright. Oh no, this is baby. Where are you? Hello? Spider spawner, okay. Let's see, anything here? Iron. I mean, I'll take it. Torch, torch. 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 Gold. Alright, well, that's one of the things. And we got a bucket as well. Any other surface caves? That might be a surface cave. But it would also be good to have one that's just closer. So I think we might want to consider just digging down. Or I guess just like making a strip mine. Because I have iron. Yeah. Let me see if I can get that iron. Once I have that iron, then I have enough to be able to start the strip mine. And then we can go for diamonds, and then we can go for gold. And, you know, hopefully we run into a cave in the process of digging down, or in the process of strip mining in the first place. But, should we not, then we're at least getting resources. You know what, Operational Snowstorm? I'm only going to time you out. I'm going to time you out for a day. I'm in a charitable mood. Because you know what? Maybe in a bit, you, maybe after some time, you reform. You say, you know what? Okay, how do I get out of your thing? You decide that, you know what? Maybe I do want to talk in this guy's chat. And I don't want to just give him a link to buy viewers. That I guarantee doesn't work in the first place, but I'm in a charitable mood. And also, if you're just trying to make more accounts because I already banned the other ones, well, you can keep this one. You don't need to keep making new ones. Or at least I'll give you another shot. You come back again with the same link. We'll have to see. We'll have to see whether the judge, jury, or executioner's in that day. Let me go back before it gets to night time. Iron. Okay, goodbye, cow. Maybe I should get Chatterino. I never really understood the appeal of Chatterino, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there's something I'm not seeing in it. Boing, 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 ow, boing, 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 boing. I should also get harvesting on their wheat. That way I can start breeding their cows, so I can start eating their cows. Alright, sleepy time. Ooh. I said, ooh, ooh, Alright, we got a gold. Great. And some gapples. That's not bad for later on. Let me make the pick so that then we can start the dig. But I also wanted to breed the cows. You say, ooh, ooh, where are the cows? Are they over here? Where did y'all put your cows? Oh, they are over here. Baby time. Baby time. Yeah, great. Alright, I'll take this. And then do the same with the beetroot. Your pigs, breed up. And then, are there any other chickens nearby? There's that one over there. I guess there wouldn't be harm in just having a lot of chickens around. Chicken! Chicken! Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out over here. Was there an empty corral? I think there was. Yeah, there's this pig one. No, chicken! Chicken, chicken, chicken! Chicken, chicken, come here. Come on. Yeah, both of you. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Open sesame. In we go. Great. Do you also like seeds now? No. Breed. Have baby. Great. Don't mind if I do. Then was there anything else that's grown? No, I don't think so. And he can handle the rest. Okay, let's start the dig. Get it? It's a reference to the song Simple Love by band The Dig. I need another chest. I need another tree. Any of those ones I plant grow? Did I plant you? I don't know, maybe I did. Give me a sapling. Please. Do I need to go get a hoe? Oh, I don't want to go make a hoe. Bro, a sapling. Please, mister. I don't have much. Thank you. Alright. Start the dig. We'll do it here. Why not? So what's the level you want to get to? I think Y minus 16 maybe? I believe. So we can get to that. That's diamond level. Now we don't need diamonds that much, all things considered. But I think in the process of getting down to there, we'll likely find some other caves and caverns that we can explore. Is cave short for cavern? It would make sense. You're no fun. Ooh, you're really no fun. Okay, I think let's continue. Oh, fuck me. Don't, please, for the love of God. Okay. Let's continue. A few blocks up. I'm gonna try to go over this. Nope, let's go up a few more blocks. This must be sea level. Nope, maybe not. What are we at? We're below sea level. A few more blocks, go up. Okay, this is a dead end. So... And then... Bam. Bam. Okay. We good to descend? No. Are we good to descend? Yes. Fantastic. Back down we go. This really feels so oppositional, or I guess antithetical to like this Minecraft speedrun. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. What's the poem, Luke? Because have you read what is it, like a humble proposition by some guy? I forget who it is. But it's back when like Ireland was like really struggling with being oppressed. And this guy, the Second Coming, I don't know, that might be a fascist. There's this guy who wrote this satirical thing about when the Irish were like peak famine, being oppressed and shit. He wrote this satirical piece on like, okay, well, here's a solution that we can do for Irish people, like, because they are the problem. And the whole thing is just pretty much a proposition of cannibalism. It's like, we should eat the children. It's well written, or at least it was from my memory. It was. Because it's this whole thing of like, oh, well, just treating Irish people is like so fucking less than. So let's just eat them. Let's just cook them and eat them. Second Coming by W.B. Yeats. Yeats is apparently a fascist, started a blue shirt movement. To be fair, it was written pre-fascism. Man, fascism's a concept. It wasn't written pre-fascism. Fascism always exists. Pre our knowledge of fascism and pre more examples. Fair. Like, would you count the Romans as fascist? You could probably make the argument. I don't know what other, like, very oppressive ancient societies there were. Like, you could probably make the argument that, like, Egyptians were fascist. Or Romans, or whoever. Really? This is the best I can get. He didn't turn to fascism until he saw it grow in Europe. So it was pre-fascism for him. Fair enough. I'm gonna run out of torches shortly. No, I can make more. Do I need the coal? I guess I'll grab the coal. I would love some well-made Sisyphus meme about Minecraft. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. I don't know why you're asking me these questions. But, like, some meme about how, you know, we continue in the toil. Like, that would hit for me. Babe, it's just a computer game where you play blocks and then die. and I continue to mine or something. That would go crazy, dude. Yo, they should make that. They should put that in the game. And yet I continue in my toils. Then next Minecraft movie, have Steve say it at one point. Crowd goes nuts. Start ripping off their shirts, holding up pickaxes, say, "Yet we continue to toil." Becomes a TikTok trend. Aw, dude. Sick. Yet we continue to toil. Dude, starts a new hashtag, yet we continue to toil. And then Jack Black, some people start co-opting it to be used as like a workers' rights thing. And then Jack Black comes out and disavows it. Shit, this is a trial room. I fires them from the cast of the movie. Yo, that goes. That goes. And yet we continue to toil. Jack Black voice. An attempt at it, at least. Dude, I don't want to go in here. I'm gonna die. I can't go in the trial room. I don't have the shit for it. They'll fucking kill me, dude. No, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Can we just like? No, I don't want to. I don't want to risk it. I don't know how the trials work. They could easily just start spawning again. Let me try digging this way. No, there's just more. Oh, fuck. Alright, let me turn around. Don't go that way. Turn back around. Dude, please. Alright, this looks like an end. I'm not trying to deal with the fucking trials, dude. Just trying to get some damn coal, or not coal, some gold. And some diamondes. Okay, we made it through. Oh, this is gonna be a pain to go up and down. I mean, okay, we got 13 iron. That's not enough for a full set of armor. What's the level? I'm at Y minus 23. Minecraft strip mining level. Minus 54 or 58? Fuck, we're gonna be here a while. Cave. Lapis. Cobweb for the trial room. Anything, please? Please connect to a greater cave area. Not fucking with the redstone. We'll fuck with the iron. Just one. Porque no los dos. Oh. Maybe. Wee wee. Uh-oh. Wee wee. Mine shaft. Yeah. Okay, now this is something. Build a better entrance. Great. I can go up and get wood from there, and that way I can make more torches. That way I can also make a crafting. Oh, I have wood on me. Oopie. Me crafting table. Alright. Let's get furnace. Not that many furnaces. Just one. 1, 2. Convert you into wood. Sticks to torches. And I'll make a chest here. Since this is on the way out. Great. Great. Fantastic. Turbo-tastic. I need more wood. If I am to make another pick. Which I am to make. Enderman, pleasure seeing you here. Should I get some armor? I'll be back for you later. It's a very precarious log. Okay. I will just take this for now. I have no toil with you, spiders, though I know you are certainly collecting above in this spawner that definitely exists. Wood. Stick. Pick. More iron. Not enough for a chest plate. Chestplate, pants, boots, then hat. Chestplate. Great. We could probably use more wood. What? Five total. 7 for pants. Is there 2 iron anywhere? Okay. Could I have a little target in my eyesight that if I could take down would help me a lot later on? Hey friendo, it might be you we're talking about. Wouldn't that be a crazy surprise? Imagine? Nah, but I wouldn't. You're too much of a friend, Enderman. It's not like you killed me in a past life. There's diamonds. No, thank you. One? Porque no los dos? Ay caramba. Los gringos. Need iron. Slime! Oh, he did though. That's a lot of skeletons. Spawner, perhaps? Or just happenstance? Call for 1 sec. Can you rip it? and I'll pick it up. Yo. Hmm.
The format I was bitching about earlier last time we talked. So again, pretty simple. You just explain each source. It's nothing too hard, and I'm fine with most of it. But I didn't get. I granted I didn't give myself the time to like prep or look over it or even look back on and edit it. So I fully expect to see. And if I get anything over that, these professors are shit. Um,
Okay.
because I'm going to fully admit I put no effort into this whatsoever. Is not my best work. The end is so rushed because I kept looking at the clock and going, okay, it's due in 10 minutes. It's due in 9 minutes, eight. Oh shit, it's due in 5 minutes. Um, but I didn't even get to process because I gave no effort. This is the class that I was like, I forgot to show up for it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
very much. This is that one. So like I don't know where I'm at. Like I don't give a shit. I've shit out 90. Like they're really nice grading. I don't think I should get a good grade on this. I don't know. I don't think I will. If I do, what the fuck? But I just like, oh my god. I'm reading like I'm doing this poem for the essay. It's the one I was just saying in chat, Second Coming, William Butler Yeats. And I do a little background check because I'm like, all right, what fucking because it's called Religion of War. Right? So I'm gonna let you guess what you think the poem is about then. The class
Religion.
is called Religion of War, and the essay prompt is quote explain how each author, I'm not gonna name them all out because that's stupid, give religious meaning to war and its consequences. So what do
Okay.
you think the poem's about? What do you think the poem's about?
Wait, hold on. Re-say that. I was distracted.
You're good. So the prompt for the class is called The Religion of War.
Hmm.
And the prompt for the final essay that I'm using it basically says explain how each author, it lists them out by name, but I'm not going to do that for you. How each author gives religious meaning to war and its consequences. And there's four authors, they each write a poem. Um, and like the first one is talking about it's called Kank Tile to obtain the canonization of the venerable Joan of Arc. It's talking about Joan of Arc, mouthful of a title.
Hmm.
The next two are talking about World War II. This one is written by an Irishman in 1920, and I'm gonna let you guess what it is given all of that context.
About the famine? I don't know.
Well, you would think it'd be about a war, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Famines
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
famines in 1890s.
Okay, then yeah, it would be about a
Um,
war, considering it's a war and
nope,
religion class.
nope.
No.
He's just fucking yapping.
Oh, okay, that's
He's
cool.
just yapping about the fucking second coming. He literally just like quote opening is turning and turning in the winding gry. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood dimmed tide is He did this fucker didn't fight in a conflict, by the way. He's not a soldier. He's not talking about a war. Right? World War One ended 2 years ago, and I saw the date, and I assumed it was talking about World War One
Right. As
because I assumed, sorry, you know, given the class title, given the date, and given all other all the context, I assumed that this guy would be talking about his experience is in World War One, like the previous two authors.
hmm.
Nah, this guy's just fucking talking about the second coming.
All right.
Which is fine, go for it, champ. If you want to talk about the second coming, plenty of people do. It's not my business to say you can't talk about that. But why the fuck is this an assigned reading for a class called Religion of War, where the
That's true.
prompt is give religious meaning to war, and he's not talking about war?
Give religious meaning to war. I mean, you could tie in some of the ideals being discussed into wars.
Oh, sure. I just yapped about how he's talking about, like, I said, quote, the poem is vague and cannot be related to a single conflict, as Yeats hadn't fought in any himself. There's my little dig at saying, why the fuck is this here? And then I said, similar to what was explored earlier in the year, Yeats appears to be discussing a larger, more biblical conflict for more abstract ideas.
All right, yeah.
That's what I pulled out of my ass
Mm-hmm.
with, 7 minutes. But again, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The previous one, too, by the way, he's talking about a kid getting in World War One, like a kid dying by gas. And there's no religious undertones whatsoever. He's just talking about, like, this kid who's like how awful this kid's death was, and damn anybody who says it's glorious to die for his country, right? He's like fighting against that ideal.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck is religious about that? I know me and the professor have like a bit of skewed ideas on what religion, like the definition of religion, right? He's a religious professor, so obviously he views like everything as being kind of religious.
Sure.
And I'm an atheist, so I
Right.
view as everything being non-religious. I accept that. And but it's just like the previous one was so good because it was a poem about an English soldier in World War One that like looked up to the sky and thought he saw Jesus. And he's talking about like, oh, Jesus is like, he's weary on the cross. He's shouldering this burden of watching us all suffer. And like, what is this? Like, it's so good. It's so on the nose. It's tying in religion and war together. Why the fuck are the next two one that's just talking about a war and then happy about that? Especially when I have classes like this shit that genuinely push my happy about that. Especially when I have classes like this shit that genuinely push my sanity to the brink.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, he was member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood. To be fair, this one I think is an Irish. This is an Irish nationalist movement. Uh, I don't know if this is particularly fascist, but yeah, apparently he started the blue shirts. Which, if anything about fascist history, anything with the color and then the shirt is trying to copy good old Mussolini. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hitler did it with the black or the brown. Yeah, it was the brown shirts. He did it with the brown shirts. There's so many other. There's red shirts, fucking brown shirts, more black shirts. Just a lot of different colors. Despite the fact that they hate the gays, they really like dressing up in the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna let you get back to stream.
All
I'm
right.
just yapping. I'm free for the
Sure.
rest of the night. I don't know what we're planning on, but I'll let you
I
get back
mean,
to it. I'm sorry again.
it's all right.
Hopefully this was entertaining for the if anyone else joined the stream, because this is what the fuck.
All
I'm
good.
going insane.
All good. All right.
Cool. Hit me
Yeah.
up. I have literally nothing else to do for the rest of the week, so
If you don't mind,
I
can you reach
spare
out
one minute.
to Can you reach out to Charlie, ask if he still wants to
I
do
got you.
something? Okay, thanks.
Gotcha. All right, peace.
All right, bye. So I was fucking with the things on screen, and I was trying to make a penis, as was likely evident, and so I was trying to duplicate. One of the balls so that I could put it as the head as well. And so I was pressing Alt and dragging, pressing Control and dragging, pressing Shift and dragging. And then I pressed Tab and drag, and that crashed OBS. So, yeah. Yeah, so there goes that local recording. That's cool. And now I know not to do that again. All right, this might be the end of Minecraft for now, or it might not. Actually, I think this is the end. How long have I been going for? I've been going for an hour 50, pretty much. 2:30. I think, yeah. All right, well, it's nice that the stream recovered and it didn't just start up a new one. Bitrate is what? Why is the bitrate all freaking out? Let me see what. All right, it seems like a negative for playing Liar's Bar. Okay. So then I think I'm gonna end here. I know this was a little bit of a shorter one. But actually, let me get above ground first. Actually, that's 5. Here, come here. No pearl? Oh, come on. Really? Oh, I need to resume the counter. Okay. Let's go up. Just so that when I resume in a week or so, I know where I am. Because here's the plan. So we're packing up for the next few days. And then we're leaving Saturday-ish, I think, or Sunday-ish. And then and then few day drive, and then I should be getting back home 13th, 14th. And so one of the first things I'll be setting up is the computer. So probably either the night of or the night after we get back will be when I return. Oh. I can't believe that crashed OBS. Let me put this here. No, I need more. There. Good enough. I can't believe that crashed OBS. Also, the camera's soon to die because I have a knockoff battery in it instead of a first party one. Oh, but I know where this is. I forgot I did this right outside my house. Okay. Great. Well, then we can just pick this up in a week or so. Alright. Let me go to full cam. Let me stop the timer. We are at Here, look. 10:56:21:19. Okay. So, in a week or whatever, whenever I return, that'll be the time that we're at. And this is what, like attempt 5, I think. All right, sounds good. All right, then I am going to hit the hay. Night, everyone. There's a podcast episode that came out today. First one in a bit. It's a normal episode. But if you really need a Jake fix, go watch that. And then those should be coming out relatively consistently for the next few weeks, at least. So. Alright. Good night. Good night. Oh, I need to end the stream on YouTube first, right? Ow, I hurt my foot somehow. I woke up this morning and my foot just like hurt a lot. In a similar way to how I've injured it previously. I don't know what the issue is. Hold on, I need to delete this. Edit. No. Can I delete more? Delete. Yes. Delete. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna end here. Night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Alright. Good night, YouTube. Good night. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now, good night, Twitch. Good night. Good night.